What is the symbol of a big heart? So, Baba is called the ocean, and you see that the symbol of a big heart is the ocean. And Baba says that when you belong to me and you become like me, then you also become the master ocean. And there is a picture in the 8 powers of the power to accommodate. And in that, an ocean is shown. And in that ocean, there are various rivers coming and flowing into it. Some rivers are dark, some are clean, clear, some come from a long distance, some come from a short distance. Some rivers are small, some rivers are big. But when they fall into the ocean, then the ocean doesn't change because of them. So every river, however different it is, it merges into the ocean. And when it merges into the ocean, even after these variety rivers coming and merging into the ocean maintains its quality. The ocean maintains its clear water. And Baba says that we must also have such a big heart because we are the children of the greatest Father. By virtue of being Baba's children, we have Buddhi Yoga with Baba. And the principle of yoga says that when you have yoga with someone, then you become like the one you have yoga with. So, ideally, when we belong to Baba and we have Buddhi Yoga with Baba, then we become like Baba. And like Baba means having a big heart. And what is a big heart? So let's say you encountered a behavior which was not very pleasant. So you see there are various responses that people have to such behaviors. Some will react immediately, right? So some will just react immediately. Some will not react but get affected by it. And there are also others who will hold a grudge. So, you just carry that imprint, that memory, and then you keep brooding over it. And then you also have, although you may not have the resources or the ability to react to the situation, but nevertheless you are, burning from inside and you're just reacting on the inside. That also happens. But when you have a big heart, then you let go and that behavior just merges. It's like that memory is lost because you understand that just like Baba understands that children are very subservient to their sanskars. They are not masters of themselves. They are now slaves of their sanskars. So you also understand that every soul, they have their own sanskars, they have their own traumas, they have their own reasons, they have their own belief systems, and they are behaving the way they are behaving because of themselves. And you don't have to take it personally. And when you understand this, you just let go of that thing. And it's like, and it is very important to pay attention to this Because if you do that, then you will maintain your quality of feelings. So you see, just like when the ocean has a big heart and it allows every river to merge into itself, then the ocean remains intact. Otherwise, they just think about, the ocean changing its color and its state of existence with every river flowing into it. Then what would be the identity of the ocean? So the ocean wouldn't be celebrated the way it is. So similarly, it is very important that we have this big capacity to accommodate. Because if you don't allow all these behaviors to merge, and if you don't allow these, if you don't have the capacity to let go, then they will start influencing who you are. Because once you start brooding over, thinking over, creating feelings about others' behaviors, then those feelings are being created in your inner world, in your mind, and they become part of who you are. So it's very important that we take care not to get affected, not to be influenced by whatever behaviors are happening around us. So Baba says that, but all this will be possible only when I have a big heart, and the big heart comes from having Buddhi Yoga with Baba. Baba says, you are my child, and when we say that I have the relationship of a child with Baba, it means that just like a child never forgets the parent. Have you seen, the little children, their parents take them to the garden or to the park, and then the child will be sitting on the swing, but then the child's eye would be only on the mother or the father. The child's attention would be only on the mother and the father, and the child is only affected by their presence, their absence, their movement. So similarly, Baba says, I and you have a relationship of a child and a parent. And when you are the children of the greatest Father, then your attention, your Buddhi Yoga has to be constantly with me. And when you have Buddhi Yoga with me, then I influence you. So, whatever Baba does, whatever Baba says, that is what will come to us as a thought. And we will have this thought that, just like Baba lets go, because Baba knows what he knows. Why does Baba do what he does? Because Baba knows what he knows. And Baba has also made us equally knowledgeful. So now we also know what Baba knows. We also know that every soul, because of 63 births of taking birth after birth after birth in Ravan Rajya, they have their own journeys, and because of them their inner worlds are very different, and everybody is behaving according to themselves. You don't know why somebody is doing what they are doing. It's not just an external reason. You see, sometimes somebody's behavior is because of an external reason. For example, the other day there was somebody who was telling me that that sister was saying that I stopped talking to my brother because I felt that only I call him, he never calls me. But when I stopped talking to him, he felt that I stopped talking to him and I created a distance between us. But when one day we talked out and we cleared the misunderstanding, I figured out that all the while when he was not calling me, he was hospitalized. And he was still picking my call because he loves me very much. But he didn't want to trouble me, so he didn't tell me that I was hospitalized. And he was in the hospital for 6 months. He was undergoing a treatment for an ailment which was huge. So she said that, you see, misunderstandings happen. So you see, sometimes people behave how they behave because of something which is going on in their external life which you are not aware of. But mostly it may not be something external also. It could be something very internal, something which is coming from some deep seated trauma, some sanskar. And although it's very difficult to understand or discern what is the trauma or the sanskar, it is enough if we just understand that people are doing what they are doing because of their sanskars. So when we understand this, we understand that it is not about me, it is about their own journey, their own frame of mind, their own sanskar, and so I shouldn't take it personally and complicate it and just let go. And I think the biggest point in all of this is maintaining your own purity of heart, because it is very important that when we say big heart, it's all about the heart. And you see, the heart is an aspect of the soul. The heart is not an aspect of the body like we thought earlier. That's just a pumping machine. But when we talk about the heart of the soul, so you see, it's very important what we hold in our heart, what we carry in our heart, and whatever is in our heart is what creates our vibrations, our attitudes, and our destiny. So it's very important that I have a big heart, a heart that accommodates, and when I have such a big heart, I will be able to keep it clean, because when I merge all the variety behaviors and sanskars in my consciousness, I don't allow myself to be affected by them. Only then can my heart be clear in the face of every behavior and every response. And then the second point is, the children of the greatest Father are never afraid of little situations. And that is true, because you see that Baba has told us that earlier we thought that God is the highest, then situations are next, and then it is me, the little me, struggling with the situations and calling out to God. But Baba says now the paradigm has changed. Now I am the highest, you are with me. So the situations are just your creation, because when you are with the Creator, then you are the master creator, and every situation is your creation. And how does a situation shift? A situation shifts when you shift your consciousness, because a situation is nothing but a byproduct of your consciousness. So Baba says that when you have very good Buddhi Yoga with Baba and you are in elevated consciousness, then everything that looked very big earlier becomes very trivial for you, becomes very small for you, because now you are with the greatest Father and you know how to shift a situation by shifting your consciousness about it. And you see, when your consciousness, your attitude towards a situation shifts, then you take away the power from a situation to scare you, worry you, or tempt you or trouble you. And when you take away that power by shifting your consciousness and your attitude, then slowly, gradually, the situation suffers from your lack of attention, because it is your attention that was feeding the situation. And when the situation suffers from your lack of attention, then it goes away. So this is the thing that Baba says in the slogan. And then today Baba also says that attachment causes confusion in the mind. Yes, so you see that we are children of the ocean of knowledge. And because we are children of the ocean of knowledge, there is nothing in this whole universe which we don't understand or which we don't know the solution to. Am I right? Yes. So Baba has given us the understanding and the solution to everything. But what happens is that clarity is lost, and that clarity changes into confusion when I have attachment. It is attachment that makes me forget all the knowledge, and it is attachment that makes me move from clarity to confusion. And Baba says that children of the ocean of knowledge should have crystal clear vision about every situation and the solution to every situation. And by solution, I don't mean something that changes the situation, but solution means that the situation is no more a problem for you. So Baba has given us the understanding and the solution to every situation. But the thing is, where there is attachment, all that clarity is lost and the confusion begins. And when the confusion begins, the first sign of the confusion is overthinking. Your mind goes into a spin. So you see, when there is clarity, then you do what you have to do in a situation. But when there is confusion, then you start thinking about 50 other things, and there is a lot of spinning around in the mind. Baba says that this lack of clarity and this confusion is a factor of attachment. And today Baba talks about a different aspect of attachment. So you see that we have attachment to relationships, to people, we have attachment to things, we have attachment to whatever we have attained in this life, in this world. So whether it is labels, positions, titles, degrees, we have attachment to all of that. We have attachment to the body. But today Baba talks about the attachment to reputation. Yes, so, and in my observation, people are very afraid to lose their honor. Yes, and in Hindi, in India, we always say, inki izzat kho gayi. So we say that they lost their honor or their reputation. And people are very afraid to lose their reputation. And they say that, I shouldn't be defamed, or I shouldn't lose my name. And by name means the honor that I have or the reputation that I have. But you see that the drama is pretty prefixed, right? And we cannot take care of the drama. We can take care of our karma. So, and for the last 63 births, we had no control over our karma. And in that phase, we have created a lot of karmic accounts. And because of all of that, whatever situations and scenes that are there in the drama are predestined. Yes, so right now there is not much you can do about whatever scene is being presented by the drama to you. Can you do anything? You see, there are people who do everything right and still somebody defames them. Yes, there are people who You have heard of parents who raise children, 3 children, 4 children, they give their life after them, and then those children choose to throw those parents out of the house. Yes, does that not happen these days? Then would you say that it was something wrong on the part of the parent? No. But the thing is, this whole thing about karmic accounts is so complicated that we don't know what we did in our previous births. We have had a long journey of 63 births, and in that long journey we were pretty body conscious, and we did what we did under the influence of vices and all that backlog. So karma moves in cumulative total. So just like you incurred 2 negative marks in the last birth, then that will be carried forward in this birth. It's not like it finishes there. So it's a cumulative total that goes on in respect of karma. So when we are carrying all of that baggage, it is very difficult to stop something from happening today, because it may be a result of past karma. And sometimes these scenes, they come in the drama where somebody defames you or somebody spoils your name, and then there is nothing you can do really about it, because that is a scene in the drama. And Baba has told us that whenever you are presented with a scene in the drama, what do? You become Sakshi Drashta, you become a detached observer in that scene, and you respond according to Srimad. Baba has told us that whatever scene it is, whether it is a scene of death, loss of a loved one, whether it is a scene of loss of reputation, whether it is a scene of loss of health, whether it is a scene of loss of property, whatever scenes there are, what you have to do in the face of that scene is be a detached observer, and when you do that, you will be unaffected by the scene, and your mind will not go into a spin. And then take guidance from Baba, take knowledge, take virtues, take powers from Baba, and respond appropriately to the scene. Because what happens is, if you get affected by the scene, then instead of solving the situation, you will complicate it even further. Yes, because when you are emotionally unstable, when you are under the influence of vicious feelings, when you are negatively affected by a scene, then you cannot think clearly. And when you can't think clearly, instead of correcting the damage, you will cause more damage. So this is why Baba says that whenever you are presented with this kind of a situation, what you do is you accept it as a scene in drama. Don't go into why, what, how. Yes, and in my experience, you see that there is a very good saying that humiliation teaches you humility. And we are on the path of learning humility. So many times we will be humiliated. Many times there will be scenes where there will be loss of reputation, or there will be a scene where somebody will try to defame you. But what you have to do is, you have to just totally accept it as a scene in the drama and not go into attachment, because when you are attached to your reputation, you will start thinking about protecting it. and then you will start getting affected by the loss of reputation. And when you get affected by it, instead of solving it, you will make it worse. So it is very important that you take the stance of a trustee. What does a trustee hold in his awareness? Nothing is mine. I belong to Baba and my everything belongs to Baba. So when I say my everything belongs to Baba, it means that my reputation, my honor also belongs to Baba. I cannot use the word my honor, my reputation, because there is nothing that belongs to me. And when I understand this thing, and I understand that I belong to Baba, and everything that I had belongs to Baba, and now I am just a trustee, then a trustee will be able to stay detached, take power from Baba, and do the needful in the scene. And when I am able to do the needful in the scene, then the situation, the situation may not turn around immediately or something, but at least, the situation will not be a problem for you, because now you are not affected by it. And then you will be able to go about your journey as a BK without getting affected by the scene. So this is taking the stance of a trustee, not being attached to your reputation, not being afraid of defamation, and thinking clearly, being a detached observer, and by responding appropriately, not adding to the problem but solving it in the best possible way. Okay, Om Shanti.